Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When was the last time when you went in a, how should I put it, low income, low unemployment, high criminality neighborhood? Let's put it like a slum or a ghetto. Well, if you've been there recently, then probably you went to buy something from a little store, or wherever you went to and interacted with certain kind of people, and you saw maybe a difference, as long as you don't live in those kind of neighborhoods. So you saw that as a difference between your lifestyle and that neighborhood's most likely lifestyle. We have here an article, and I started with this, so I'm going to make a point about the article I'm about to read. And this is an article coming from Ukrinform from today, July 31st, 2022, and this is the title: New bill recognizing Russia as state sponsor of terrorism introduced in the US. All right, well, the reason why I started this video by mentioning a, I don't know, hobo neighborhood or a slum or a ghetto, or how we want to call it. I don't care about euphemisms, just that you understand what I'm talking about. A very ugly neighborhood. This is, and you maybe when you went over there, you said, my God, what's wrong with these people? Well, that's the way those politicians that we elected look at us, okay? They've never been in your slum and my slum, in my ghetto and your ghetto, because that's the way they look at it. So they are very far away from the realities occurring in your neighborhood and my neighborhood, as we are from our other neighborhoods that are below us. We don't know how those people really live, unless you have a job that you have to deal with them. And then you don't know how they really interact, what kind of, when you go to a store, how is a store, is it clean, is it not clean, cockroaches are moving around or not. That's the way they, the ones that we elected, look at us, okay? And they make laws representing us and, telling us what to do. So in this case, these lawmakers, that are most of them millionaires, they make laws and they decide certain things without even first, eyewitness account. So after the U.S. Department of State refrained from implementing a non-binding resolution of the U.S. Senate designating Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism, Republican Congressman Ted Lieu, which I heard talking, if you want to hear this weasel, how idiot he is, just watch him talking with Candace Owens. When Candace Owens was in front of a racist panel, blah, 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 she takes to task two college degree educated PhD professors, including this liar weasel. Watch that video when she takes them out, when she calls that guy out for editing her whatever she said that he used. She said, no, you didn't use everything I said, because you took only parts of it, edited, and now you put it here, but you didn't put it in the context. He's a weasel. So nevertheless, this guy, who probably is a millionaire, I'm just guessing, right, has introduced a new bill for consideration by the House of Representatives, to consider Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism. Nothing wrong with that. You can do that, right, based on evidence, right? The document has been published on the Congressman's official page, Ukrinform reports. At the direction of the President Vladimir Putin, the government of the Russian Federation has and continues to promote acts of international terrorism against political opponents and nation state. It reads, the bill reads. The document recalls crimes committed by the Kremlin regime on the international stage, and those crimes were not proven yet. Those crimes were not there. It's just they use it as a given. It's right there. All right. If the crimes were already proven, tell me what court. Tell me what investigation. Tell me when. Tell me where and by whom. And when you're going to provide me with that, I can insert that in my bill, saying that the document recalls what? It says crimes committed by the Kremlin regime. Okay, I would like to hear them. as I said, impartial investigation, court proceedings, charges, and conviction. When I'm going to have all these 4 steps, then I will take that seriously. But this Lian, representative in the US Congress, he puts this as a given. It's not a given. It's not. All right, so let's go. And look, as Biden would say, look. I'm not about that. I'm not about defending those or those. I'm just exposing how these guys, our elected officials, think. How they think and how they push and portray laws based on evidence that's not there yet. They put it as a given. It's there. It's not there, Mr. Yoon, or whatever your name is. I don't give a damn what your name is, but I do it just for the record. Ted Lieu. It's L-I-E-U. Excuse me. So Ted, not Ted Cruz, Ted, another weasel here, he already says that committed by the Kremlin regime on the international stage, nothing proven yet by the impartial investigation and court procedures. So back off. And in Russia itself, including the mass destruction of the civilian population during the Second Chechen War. Oh my God! Why don't we go to Yugoslavia, Ted? Can we go to Yugoslavia, Ted? If you go to Chechen War, which was what, 1996, I think, or 1994, 1996, how about we go, and there was the first one, let's go to the second one, 1999, 2000, how about we go to the, if we are at it, don't we go to the Yugoslavia bombardment and crimes of war crimes? How about that? No? You don't like that? Well, let's pick and choose. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take you seriously. But they will. They will. Mass destruction of the civilian population during the Second Chechen War, support for criminal organizations. You want to talk about ISIS? You want to talk about Al-Qaeda? Who sponsored that? Who created that? Ted? Was the Russians? No. Everywhere you say, you did it. Your side did it. But you thinking that we are what, 13-year-old, below 86 IQ? Of course, because most of us are at that level, and he knows it, and he is maybe 86 too. I mean, I heard him talk, so, and people voted for him. He got elected. By whom? You figured it out, and you already know. So he said also that support for criminal organizations in the temporarily occupied territories of Donbass and the terror that was unleashed there against Ukrainian citizens. You don't even care about Ukrainian civilians. Terrorist actions committed with the state's support of Russia in Syria. You are talking about Syria? Who is in Syria right now? Is the United States in Syria? Yeah. Was it invited over there? No. That's illegal occupation, invasion. So who is the criminal state? Boy. Was Russia invited over there? Yes. By whom? By the legitimate government of Syria. Was the United States invited? No. Great Britain? No. Germany? No. France? No. Israel? No. They are all there. So what are you talking about, you in weasel? Jesus Christ, man. It's unbelievable, these guys. And then he goes on and on and on with Sudan and Libya. Libya? You talk about Libya? Shut your... He says here that terrorist actions committed with the state support of Russia in Syria, Sudan and Libya. Really? Who was in Syria? Was NATO in you? Were you invited? Who gave you the right to kill the dictator, whatever, Muammar Gaddafi? Who gave you that right? You're not the policeman of the world. Who? This is the way these guys... This isn't a bill. They put all that as... they put all this in... And they say, okay, the terrorist attack in United Kingdom. Really? By what? Those people that didn't fail to be killed? By the... What? And you didn't let the Russians be part of an investigation? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then airline flight MH17, Malaysia. Don't get me with airplanes hitting. So the United States has a range of tools available to hold the Russian Federation accountable, reduce its war machine, and isolate it economically and diplomatically, including by designating it as a state of supporting a sponsor of terrorism and imposing corresponding sanctions, the bill said. Well, let me tell you, the bill is based on things that you, the guy who introduced the bill, are guilty of. Not you, but the government you represent or whatever your country represents. I mean, I'm not lying here. These are facts. You don't like the facts? Sorry. Facts don't care about your feelings. That's the reality. If the night comes at about 9:30 today, it's not the nature's fault. That's the way it is. You like it, you don't like it, they don't give a fuck about it. I'm not talking about nature in this case. So same here. You don't like the facts? These are facts, I said. 999, Yugoslavia. What do you mean killing civilians? Plenty of. By whom? By NATO, United States. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Was it a illegal invasion or bombardment? No. United Nations condone it? No. So what I know? Libya? Who got you involved in Libya and why? Libya was an independent sovereign state, like Ukraine. So why did you bomb it? You're a defensive organization. Why do you bomb a country that never attacked you? You know, how about Afghanistan? How about Iraq? And the sponsors of terrorism. Really? How you want to talk about terrorist organizations? I have Al-Qaeda for you. The Mujahideen. Remember the Mujahideen that fought the Russians in 79 and so on. Remember who armed those? Who created those? Who created Bin Laden? You want to attack ISIS? ISIS was out of what? Sprang out of what? Jesus Christ. And this Ted knows shit. He's a representative. He makes laws for us. Right? And he thinks that we don't know shit. Well, we do. What are we going to do? Communicate at this point. Communicate. Russia sponsor of terrorists. Okay, if you designate it by those rules that are not proven yet, remember, they're not proven yet. Could be. Then we have things that are already facts. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.